guys, Brett Ellis here, inspiring leadership growth. This morning's Motivational Minute: intentions, value, direction, ultimately determine destination. Some years ago, a good friend and I each bought dual sport adventure motorcycles with the intention of experiencing a new and exciting sport. Shortly after which, we headed out on our very first 2-week sortie into the interior of South Africa, our destination simply being that to seek out an adventure. Our agreed mission at the outset was to have as much fun riding our adventure bikes on less traveled remote dirt roads and only using country tracks as far as possible. To be self-sufficient by carrying everything with us on these bikes, experience the excitement of being close to nature 24/7, camping in new remote spots each night, and to see parts of South Africa we had never seen before. Oh, and of course to come back safely at the end of the 2 weeks. This first trip was incredible, highly successful, and far more than exceeded the criteria we had listed for this, our first dual sport adventure. Now, during the initial planning, we had consulted our maps and started our conversations off with a fairly good idea of where we identified we would end up after each day's ride, how many kilometers we could possibly travel over the 2 weeks, and which major destinations we wanted to include, along with what we mainly felt we wanted to gain emotionally from being on the road less traveled. However, what soon became apparent to us, even after the first day, was that as long as we were faced in the right direction each morning and that we were guided by our agreed values, we concluded that exactly which routes we took to get to a destination became far less important, as long as we were ticking our own value boxes along the way. Needless to say, we soon realized that our perceived maps didn't always show us the whole territory, and when we became open to exploring afresh, allowing our growing intuition and presence to guide us, so the real adventure began. We soon realized that as long as our intention was clear, our values intact, we faced in the right direction each day, then ultimately this would determine our destination, because we found intention, values, and direction ultimately determine destination. That's today's Motivational Minute.